And the bond is a risk, no tax, will not be charged tax on it. And it can be used as collateral for loan. The rich people, this is one of the instruments they use. If you have like, if a rich man has like 50 million naira in federal government bond, he can collect the same amount of loan in any bank. It's just to go there, go to your financial institution or investment house, let them give you certificate for that bond. With that bond, they can borrow you the equivalent amount of money in any bank in Nigeria if you want. The reason is because they know that it's very sure, no risk is as guaranteed as Nigeria itself. That if you, and what some rich people do is they will collect, maybe they put their own money, 100 million naira, for instance, into federal government bond, which it matures like 2-3 years. Though we have 7 years, 11 years, 15 years. But currently, government has been doing it just 2-3 years because they know our mentality, they know our money psychology in Nigeria, that we don't like long-term investment. And that is where the secret of financial freedom is. Not in short term, bring your money so that next week you get double, or no. So rich people use that. If a rich man goes to the bank with the evidence that, oh, he has 100 million in federal government bond, they can give him another 100 million, up to 100 million from any bank. And what do they do, the rich people? He has put, for instance, I actually used this 10 million naira. Imagine somebody puts 100 million. We are talking of rich man and not middle class. With that 100 million, they can still give the person, okay, no concessionary rate in federal government bond. It will be, for instance, 17%. It was up to 20% last year anyway. So it fluctuates. The rate is not stable. But let's use 70% of 100 million now. If somebody puts 100 million there, instead of 16 point something million, how much will it be? We are using 3 years. 100 million at 17% for 3 years. You can tell us. It's there. It's just to put zero. It's just to put zero. That would be 160 million, 161,300 naira. Imagine somebody puts 100 million naira somewhere, and in the next 3 years, without sweat, without stress, with peace of mind, the person will collect 160 million plus. That's gain of how much? 60 million plus. Some people may say, that for my dead body, why will I put my money there? I can use it to do business. We have seen people who claim like that, and at the end of the day, they got their fingers burnt. And that is why financial literacy is very important. You don't deal with money with emotion. You deal with it with wisdom, with knowledge. When you are making decisions about money, you don't make it based on emotion. So that's why, imagine somebody who has 160 million now, and you now go to any bank. So I have 100 million federal government bond. Can you borrow me 100 million? That's what rich people do, or many people don't know. He will borrow 100 million, then and put it in another federal government bond. He will make how much again? 60 million in 3 years. And what he will pay within that 3 years will not be up to 15 million naira for that. He has made gain of how much now? 45 million naira. Apart from the gain he will make, 60 million he will make. That's how rich people do understand money. That's how it works. It's not everything that you run up and down from Wuse to Aba to Lagos because you want to make money. No, your money should work for you. That is why I say money should be like a seed. It should be like a seed. It should be like a servant to you. If you don't let your money work like a servant to you, it will turn to your master. And once money turns to your master, the way it will treat you, it will not give you anyhow. So that is why we need to take money as our slave and use it to direct it, to send it where we want to send, where it will come back with interest. It's like you send a child out and it returns its children and even grandchildren. So it's one of the tested and proven investment portfolio that is very suitable for our financial freedom, for our retirement planning. It's real. This one is not from maybe one company that we put up. As long as federal government exists, federal government bonds to enjoy it. That's it. And now I explain how it works, that the durations, we have 2 years. The return on investment for 2 years may be a little bit lower than the one on 3 years. That's the secrets, one of the secrets where banks keep their money. When you put money in the bank, where do they put it? Where do they pay salary? You know that some people collect millions of naira as salary among those GMs in the bank. Yes, where do you think they get the money to pay salary to build big big branches in the Tama in Akoko, where you just buy a portion of land, there is millions of naira. Where did they get the money from? By the time they collect from everybody, then they put it to something like this for like 11, they even lock it up for like 11 years, 15 years. And means the settling staff, the huge branches and all of that. So it's a secret. What you are learning under this segment, even what you have been learning so far, no bank. Even some banks don't even like me to know about it. When I was in the bank, I remember many bankers do not know much about this thing. That's why I didn't blame people when I asked how many of you know about federal government bonds. Yes. When I was in the bank, we did not know much about even common treasury. And when they trained us, they explained to us, but our manager was saying we should not tell customers. Just let them put it in fixed deposit. That's the highest, or savings. Just fixed deposits, make little interest on it. But treasury bill, we didn't disclose it to customers. The reason is because it's not owned by bank again. If you have 100 million naira in your savings account or fixed deposit, it's still the bank's money. The bank can put it to anywhere, whether bond or treasury bill. But if you do it yourself through that bank, the money goes to CBN. It's no longer the bank's money. What the bank will benefit is only the commission for making that transaction to pass through them. They become like an agent to federal government. So that and but then we want to don't let these customers, especially when we notice that some customers who have millions of naira in their account, because if they move it, it will affect our unit and even the branch and will be running up and down for the chase money again. So that is one. Many bankers do not know about it. Then those who know, who are in investment department, investment banking, they don't want customers to know it. It's not a secret, but they will not want you to know about it. Because when you know, why will you now be putting your money in the bank again? So that is it. It's a proven tested investment portfolio, which has always been there, and it's very good for us. And how does it work? You get your return quarterly. It's like if you want to be earning cash flow, state cash flow, it's part of what you can do. You get your return quarterly instead of monthly. What government does now is every three months. Just the way I use it there. If somebody puts that amount there, that rate, the person will be earning how much quarterly? 25,000 naira quarterly. 25,000 naira quarterly. That must, okay, divided, it must be a mistake. That must be a mistake. It can be. That must be a mistake. But if it was a mistake from the, must be a typographical error. Yes. But you will be earning it quarterly. Quarterly. That's how it is. And upon maturity, you get the entire money. Upon maturity, you get the entire money. Another one is Eurobond. How many of us know about Eurobond? Why I'm asking how many of us know about this, how many of us know about that is to know where to, one man said, he said, you don't teach a man what he does not already know. If somebody does not know that thing at all, you can't, it's something that the person knows, you now build on. So that's why I keep asking how many of us know about Eurobond. How many of us? Okay, anyway, Eurobond is actually a dollar-denominated mutual fund. Yes. or mutual funds invested in foreign currency. It's still floated by the federal government too. The minimum amount of that is $100. What is the minimum amount for federal government bond? You can tell us. Those who have been doing it, what is the minimum? In fact, thank you very much. That is it. Minimum of 5,000, as low as 5,000. Yes, it's because it's not for the rich. The mistake many people make, I've seen some people when I meet them one-on-one, and say, I don't have money. It's not for those who do not have money. That's one of the mistakes we make. It's little, just little, 5,000 minimum. You can do it. Yes, you can do it. But for Eurobond, minimum is $100, as you can see on the screen. And the minimum holding period, 180 days. 180 days. And it's very suitable to fight inflation. That's for Eurobond. We know that for now, the Naira rate to dollar, the dollar rate to Naira is fluctuating between 1,300 something to 1,005, isn't it? Yes, but it's a matter of time. We know that in the long run, what will happen? Which one will win the fight? In the long run, it's dollar now. We know. It's dollar. From when I was young, dollar was how much then? I was still young during Babangida era. But how much was it 20 Naira to $1 or so? Very small. Some of us who are older in the audience will know. Very small. But today, you can see. Even as at year 2012, it was 120 Naira to dollar. I remember, 120 Naira per dollar. In year 2012, yes. In year 2012, 2013, towards when they were doing campaign of develop this thing, before Buhari came in. Yes, it was 120, but today, you can imagine. And it stayed for a very long time during that period. Now, this thing may stay, but the reality is, in the long run, so like whether the Nigerian economy is very okay, dollar will stay on the fight. So if you want to have our future in our hand, if you have the means, that's why the minimum is $100, and that $100 is like how much? $100 is like how much? Like let's say 150,000 Naira. That's it. So if you put it there, gradually over time, apart from the fact that the value of dollar will be going up, it yields a return on investment. The current list now is 6.something% per annum. Yes. If you put money in the Eurobond now, it's about 6.something% per annum. In dollars, not in Naira. And you know that 1% in dollar carries more weight than 10% in Naira. So that's advantage of that one. And it's very suitable to fight inflation. Now, treasury bill. How many of us do treasury bill? How many of us? One. Those who are doing FGM bonds, they should be doing treasury bill now. Or how many of us have done treasury bill before? Only one person. So all of us have been buying land. It's all right. So it's very necessary. That's the essence of this class anyway. That's the essence of this session, is to sensitize us to open our, not just our eye, but our mind to the opportunities around us that we don't know. And that's the essence. So treasury bill is still the same instrument issued by federal government. But what are the differences between treasury bill and federal government bond? In terms of duration, yes, the duration is different. As you can see there, duration is 90 days, 180 days, and 364 days. That's it. So that's one of the difference. But what's the minimum for treasury bill if you want to invest in treasury bill? Our accountant, Or those who are doing treasury bill, what's the minimum, sir? The minimum is 100,000 naira at secondary markets, because most individuals cannot afford primary market, which is 100 million naira. That's why financial institutions do that. For individuals who have their money, you can do it for primary auction. You have primary market and secondary market for treasury bill. Primary market is direct, while secondary markets will be like you are buying from your investment house, the IBTC or UBA, you are buying from them. The return may just be slightly lower than primary market. That's just the difference. But still one and the same. No risk. The risk for this one is low. While for the other one, no risk as far as that. Huh? Direct, it's 100 million. 100 million. Yes. But those who buy, they still allow people to go through that primary. If you go to UB or IBTC, when they are calling for it, I think every 2 weeks, they give advice on the rate. So it's very good. Yes. And another difference between treasury bill and federal government bond is the return on investment is taken upfront for treasury bill. For instance, that 100 million naira we used the other time, or this 10 million naira, you'll be collecting the return quarterly for federal government bond. But for treasury bill, the day you put that 10 million naira there, you come back home with the amount, with the return on investment instantly. Yes, for treasury bill, you collect it that same day. So it's good, it has its own purpose. So it's really good for income generation. In fact, I used to do something, not currently, but I used to do something. When I collect something, return on investment on treasury bill, I return the return on investment, I still collect something on the return on investment, I return it again, and before you know it, that one, I just lock it up there for the next 1 year. I don't care, I move on with my life. So it's very good too for our financial freedom. Can use it to plan. Minimum for treasury bill is 100,000 naira. 100,000 naira. Even though some apps, which I don't encourage people to do, there are some apps, fintech app, they will tell you that, okay, you can do like 10,000, 5,000, but I don't encourage people. I encourage people to go through normal registered investment houses like IBTC, or depending on the kind of investment you want to do. Some people do it on app, but I don't encourage that, because app, if anything happens, where will you go? It may crash, anything happen. But all these things we are talking about, they are conventional investment. It's not as if they are there, but the awareness, the knowledge is not there by the public. People are just moving around. So that is it. That's for treasury bill. Then for mutual funds, I think I have, anyway, we are getting toward the end of it, because I'm conscious of time too. I'm not in a hurry anyway, but I'm looking at the audience. Okay. Another one is mutual funds. You can see mutual funds there. These are funds contributed by several investors to purchase various securities like stocks, bonds, and other assets in order to generate fixed income or non-fixed income. Yes, under mutual funds, we have money market mutual funds. We have equity, we have ethical funds, we have Sharia funds, we have balance funds, we have guaranteed investment funds. Yes. How many of us know about mutual funds? 1, 2, 3. Wow, that's fine. 3 persons. That's lovely. Yes. So that's how mutual funds work. It's not being carried out by federal government. This by investment outfit, but they are licensed by Security and Exchange Commission, I said. Somebody cannot just come in and say, oh, My name is Oluseyi Kayode. I'm from Big Consult. So just bring money, let me invest for you. I don't collect money from people. I don't invest for people. But I direct people I help to know what they can do in order to avoid financial mistakes. So those who do it, they are licensed by SEC to be collecting money from people to invest on their behalf. And that these are investment houses. So the first one, under mutual fund, we have money market mutual fund. We have money market mutual funds. I don't want to use the acronym MMM fund, MMMF, because of the MMM. So that some people will not be scared and say, so all these stories you have been telling us this morning, you want to drag us into MMM. No, this is money market mutual fund. And we can see the features there. Low risk. Low risk. The risk is very low. While for treasury bill and federal government bonds, there are no risk. No risk at all. No risk at all. It's as good as no risk. While for money market mutual fund, the risk is very, very low. Very, very low. And you can see it's good for capital preservation. You have this money. You don't want to lose this money. And it's still good for stream of income generation. Another thing about that one is the return on investment is very high. High too. Return on investment for money market mutual fund is very high. And the minimum holding days or holding period is 30 days. Once you put it there, you have to leave it for 30 days. But it's not a must. If you will need that money before 30 days, you can still get it, but you will be charged from the accrued interest. You charge certain percent. But if you leave it there for 30 days, it's good. And it's good for short-term investment. For those who do not like long-term investment, it's a good one. And another thing is it gives daily returns. You get, yes, if you do it, we see by the time you look at your investment house app or you go there to check, the same amount you had there yesterday is not what we have there today. It will have good. So it is daily. The return is daily and it's highly liquid. Our accountants in the house, what does it mean when we say something is highly liquid? Thank you very much, sir. That's it's highly liquid. It's easily converted to cash. It's not something that you need to say, and it's good when you see an opportunity. Maybe somebody wants to sell a house or a car that the value is very, but the person is in their need of money and say, I just need anybody to do. This is kind of investment that can you wait till tomorrow and you buy it, send it again, return your money. The money keeps going. So it's good for short-term investment. And another thing is that there are some who are afraid of investing. Some people, no matter what, some people say, I prefer let me leave my money in the bank. Let it just be here where I will see my money. These are genuine things. So for those who are afraid, we call them conservative investors. They still like, conservative way of doing things. Money market mutual fund is people for the individual. So you can go for money market mutual fund if that is your case. So that is for that. Then you have equity funds. This money market mutual fund is under mutual funds. Please take notes. It's not as if it's different, but their generic name or definition is mutual fund. Under mutual fund, we have money market mutual funds. Then we have equity funds. What is equity funds? These are funds that are put in investments like stocks, shares, as you can see there, shares and stocks traded on Nigeria exchange. Today, some of us will be talking about shares. It does not died at all. It's my line, but we are not there to talk about shares and stocks today at all. It's not part of this program. But some will buy shares and stocks on their own, directly from Dangote Cement or MTN or GT Bank or GT Pole. in their name, they will have their own certificates, then they will be getting dividend directly. They are dealing directly with the company. But in the case of equity fund, you go through a financial institution or finance house. They will be the one, they have experts that will trade on your behalf. And one thing about this equity fund is that instead of, I have a share with Dangote Cement or MTN, in case of equity fund, they spread it. The way it is managed, they will have part of your money in Dangote Cement, MTN, Titico, other ones. And if one is not moving, if it's not doing well, if it's underperforming, they know how to just terminate it and move. You will not even know. Your money will just be growing. But it's good for long-term investment. For those who like long-term investment, it's very good. And for capital appreciation, for instance, you should put like, let's use 10 million naira for this equity fund. It's a long-term investment. And as you can see there, high risk, high what? High risk, high returns. And no fixed return, unlike treasury bill or unlike bond, that we know that, okay, this is what I'm expecting. But for equity fund, you don't know what's to form. That's why that's high risk and high return. In fact, at the point last year, those who invested in equity funds, the return was up to like 40%. That is, if you had 10 million naira there, you will get like 4 million naira within that period. So this is how it works. You may put 10 million naira there today. You may just check with your investment house next tomorrow and just see 15 million in your balance. You may see 18 million. You may see 12 million. You get the point. But will you see 8 million or 9 million? It's very possible. Yes, it's possible. You want to gain, but there are experts who trade with your money, but they do it in a way that you will not lose. It's possible, but that would be in a very rare situation. So you may just open it today and tomorrow or next tomorrow, realize that the money has grown. That's equity fund for you. So it's good for capital appreciation. If you want your capital to grow genuinely, not through shortcuts now. It's good for it. And this is how it is done. 70% in equity. What is equity? What is equity? When we say 70% in equity. Thank you very much. That's just it. When they say equity, it's just grammar. Or in this class, I've been trying not to use any technical jargons. Just to use plain something that everybody will understand. Because when you speak and people don't understand what you are talking about, you are speaking to the hell, which will not do anybody any good. So 70% of it is invested in stocks, while the remaining 30% will be invested in fixed income securities, like all these treasury bill, federal government bond. This side, that's in equity, but not from you directly now. So no fixed return. It's like the one I have, it's IVTC actually. When I check it every day, it will go down, it may go up, it may go down. There is nothing like permanent loss. It depends on you. When somebody wants to say, shares is dead now, share don't die. Madam said so the other time. It has not dead. Nothing happened to shares. It's because lack of financial knowledge. Shares, I know people who are making money big. So it depends. It's something you should learn. If you want to learn, you can learn it. I know how it works thoroughly, but if I should go into that, it's not part of this, so that the audience will not be confused. Just let's take it one point at a time, the one you can understand and digest, not just to digest and work on immediately. Instead of saying, I will start next time, I will start in the future. Yes. So that's for that. Another one is guaranteed investment fund. This one too is good for capital preservation and growth. You want your money to grow, but it has little exposure to equity. It will like equity. It depends on the volatility in the market. You know, the stock market, it will be going up, going down. That's how it is for life. Oh. That's why those who do not have mind, once you just put your 10 million naira there, and the next time you see 8 million, hey, my money is gone. The money is not gone. You may just hold on. That's what they call nominal loss. Nominal loss is not loss. For those who do not understand investment, once they see nominal loss, hey, let me go there and terminate and you have lost. You have turned nominal loss to permanent loss, which is not good. That's why knowledge in finance or financial literacy is very important. So for that guaranteed investment fund, it will, it's going up, going down, it fluctuates throughout its lifetime. But the risk now is low to moderate. Do you know why that is so? It's because your money, you are using 10 million naira as an example. Your money will never, no matter how the market is or swinging, your money will never go below capital you put. That's why they call it guaranteed investment fund. Even though in equity, it can go below, but they get to be in a rare situation, like I said. But for guaranteed investment, no, nothing. You 10 million naira there, you wake up and see 16 million or 18 million or 12. But you never wake up and see 9 million naira for guaranteed investment fund. So the risk is low to moderate. And guarantees investors principal amount. So that is that. Can we go to the next page? Sharia fund. Thank you very much. This one is under mutual fund. You may be thinking, are we Muslims? Why are we talking about Sharia funds? This is funds. It's not about religion. No. It does not have anything to do with religion. Very suitable for anybody. It's not even for Muslims. But basically, you can still say it's for Muslims. The reason is because some people will say, oh, I will never put my money because of my faith, where they will be giving me interest. I don't do interest-based investment. Some people are like that because of their conscience. They say, no, they will never do that. So that one is suitable for Islamic investors who want to invest in capital growth, who are interested in capital growth according to the principles of Islamic finance and ethical value. The next one is ethical fund. It's like Sharia funds, but the difference is this ethical fund, it's like the one that is liked by SU. You know, people will call SU. Let us pray, people. Those who are religious, highly religious in Christianity. So for such one, you say, oh no, I don't want my money to be invested in tobacco or alcohol. No, or gambling. No, it's against my listing. So that's for if you are such type, ethical funds are good for you. It's this income, it has high quality fixed income and it's socially responsible, as you can see it there. Why Sharia funds, you can see it's religiously responsible. So these are the various investment portfolios that we want to talk about. This is not exhaustive, but these are the ones that at your level do my that we can back upon. Yes. And there are things that will determine, as you can see, determinants of what the one you can choose. It depends on your goal. It depends on your duration. If the age is still on your side, it's even safer. So the duration you want, maybe you want your money to be there for long or short. Depends on your income. If you are earning much, invest more. Then it depends on your risk appetite or risk tolerance. Some people cannot take risk at all. Any little thing like this, they panic. So you have to look for the one that fits your personality. And another factor that we consider is safety. Some people are after safety. Once my money is safe, I don't care whether they give me a return or not. While some will say, no, I don't care whether it's safe or not. 50-50. I want a return. Why some will say, I don't want my money to be tied up for many years. Liquidity. So the short term, something like if I see land that is cheap, I can quickly go there and liquidate and buy. Predictability. I want to know what my return will be at the beginning, not to be, to be guessing that, okay, will my return be like this? So that is that. Before I round off finally, this first I want to take comment from the audience. I believe you have gained one or two things from this session today. If you have gained one or two things, can I see your hand? Please. The feedback is very important too, so that we know that the management has not wasted their time and effort on this program. Is it really worthwhile? Okay, thank you very much. Can we take comments for the next 5 minutes or thereabout from the audience? Give your name and your comment.
Okay, questions. We also want to encourage those online.
Okay.
Please just send your questions. We'll pick them from here. Thank you. Okay. So have. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Sheira.
Yes.
It's a very. My name is Rachel Ayeni, and I'm from MCU Sport. I just want to say thank you for the training. It's actually brought home what we have been skeptical about. Some of the things you thought are not, or they're not what we don't know. But sometimes when you don't have someone that have a hand on to explain the details to you, you can be skeptical. It broadens our mind. And I just want to say it's a good one. I hope that the management will take this beyond here. We should go beyond it because so one of the challenges actually is that when you look at what we earn, you think it is not, you can incorporate yourself in this, but with the way you've broken it down, with 5,000 naira, you can begin an investment. So I want to say thank you, and thank you to the management for bringing this up. I'm sure you didn't see many people here because they thought it's the same investment kind of training. But this is actually, I didn't want to come because the one that has been is the one that will come and tell us, but this is actually different. And I want to thank them for bringing this on board. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We appreciate that.
Good afternoon, sir. A wonderful and amazing facilitator. Actually, sir, I really thank you for this lecture. No. The person who did this and so that from home. So please can give more like them. Give one can increase our so that from home. Thank you for me.
After you. You do another one. Do another one, yes. It comes out the first week of every month. It will be announced. Even on NTA, if you look at the financial news below, you will see everything there. You will see the yield, you will see the interest, you will see everything is analyzed there.
Yes, sir.
If you go to Channels TV too, you will see it in the early hours of the day. You see some figures going, scrolling. Well, you can contact me because this is not the final. Let me tell you the truth, ma. I would never tell you that, okay, for the journey of, because retirement is something that can take 20 years or more without salary. So I will never tell you that, okay, this what you have listened to for the past 2 hours is what will help you only for the next 20 years. The person is not telling you the truth. This one is not to sensitize you to open your eyes and mind to know where your interest lies now. Okay, I'm interested in this, can you help me? So there is room for consultation. You can say contracting. Madam Love, it's not